Have you ever had one of your friends tell you about something that's so awful you just have to see it? Sometimes these things are absolutely cringy, totally heinous, or downright disappointing. I've heard so many people crap all over this game, I had to experience it for myself. Let's talk about Redfall. To begin at the beginning, because, well, that's where all things start, I didn't know Redfall was even a thing until I started seeing a bunch of negative reviews pop up all over YouTube for it. Man, this game was getting crushed. I heard somewhere that the game was set to be unceremoniously killed off like the studio that created it, but it was still available for play, so I had to check it out. Overall, I'm really glad that I did. There's a lot of things that I really like about this game. There's a few things that I don't. The problem is, there's nothing in between because there's just nothing there. Now, since I'm here giving you my thoughts on games and you're gracious enough to listen to them, I try not to poison the well too much. So I have seen a couple bad reviews about this game, but I know nothing about its history. I know it was made by Arcane, I know that it's going to be killed off, I know it's supposedly really bad, and that's about it. At the end of the day, I really don't give a crap what a game's budget is. I don't care who made it. I don't care who published it. None of that matters to me. The only thing that I care about is the actual game itself. That's it. All that said, there are publishers that I do pay attention to, like Devolver, and there are developers that I pay attention to. A lot of them, actually. It helps to give me a rough idea of what to expect out of a game, because I prefer to go in completely blind, or at least knowing as little as possible about a game. Expectation is the first step down the road to disappointment. I'd be full of crap if I said I had no expectations going in, but I do try to temper them. Knowing this was an Arcane game, I expected some top-notch world building. I'm a huge fan of what they've done with some of their other games. Lots of detail, little nooks and crannies, very explorable, and I am huge on exploration. I'm also a huge fan of their art direction. They have a style that is instantly recognizable. All of this shines through really well with the map design here. I was quite impressed. I really like it. It's an awesome freaking map. It's got its issues here and there, but I think that's all part of the larger underlying problem with the game here, at least as I see it. I really love the fact that you can climb just about everything. That makes for some amazing emergent gameplay and exploration. I am all about that. Positioning can make or break a battle, and since I prefer to play a faster, more fluid character, being able to climb all over the place really suits my playstyle. I'm here for that. The characters were pretty damn lame, I gotta say. There was only one of them that I felt like, this guy will kind of work, and it's that Devinder guy, or however you pronounce his name, I don't know. There's another character in there, the student debt lady whose power calls her ex-boyfriend or whatever, who's a vampire. Who the hell's the audience for that? Like, what? That was my first indication that something was amiss. These characters are trash. That's normally not a big deal as long as the gameplay's good though. And here we have just another swing and a miss. It's almost there. It seems like they've got all the makings of a really good game, but then they had a huge identity crisis, ran out of time, and ran out of money. And that just plain sucks. The missions are generic, the characters and story are forgettable and kind of annoying, they just don't shut the hell up as you're playing. The combat is laughable. It does have its moments with some of the vampires, but even the little boss guy that I fought was a total joke. At the end of the day, it really is a shame that this game turned out to be so terrible. It has all the makings of a really great game. It just doesn't seem to know into what direction it wants to head. And when you can't choose a direction, you're left with none. And that's what we have. No game. Larger teams and bigger budgets do not mean better games. We've known this for a long time, yet here we are, still paying for it. There is no output without input, and the larger any organism becomes, the more it needs to eat to survive. The games industry is crushing itself under its own weight. It's gotten too big, too quick. Far too many decisions are being driven by shareholders, and developers are so busy trying to outshine each other sometimes, they forget all about the very thing that they were trying to shine the light upon, the gameplay and experience. I really think if they would have scaled things back a little bit and pivoted towards hardcore multiplayer, some kind of PvP, VE, maybe squad-based, something like that, they would have been able to save this game. That's just my opinion. Once again, I don't know the history behind this game or any of that stuff. I just picked it up and played it because I heard a bunch of crap about it. I really wanted to like this game, and I did have a few moments of fun with it here and there. It really feels like they had everything there to make a really kick-ass game, but just didn't. They put enough together to test everything out, see how it felt, see how it looked, see how it performed, and then walked away. And that's a shame, because this really could have been something. But wasted potential is exactly that. Wasted. If you've made it this far, I applaud you. Thank you very much. I gotta ask, why do you think Redfall failed? Let me know in the comments below. I might do a little write-up on this on the website. Not too sure yet. We'll see how that goes. Once again, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one. How's it going? It's Hesh. If you liked what you saw even a tiny bit, do me a favor, shoot me a like and a sub, and if you're feeling awfully generous, give me a share, man. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks.